We're coming at y'all real quick with another little video, man. This is kind of like a part 2, kind of, sort of the video that I uploaded earlier today. I had a couple of monkeys come out of the Woolworths on me and start making some comments on my video that I did in regards to a message to the FBI. I'm not a sovereign citizen, all right? The first thing I want to do for you guys is, let's go to Title 18. 18 U.S.C. number 9 to be exact. 18 U.S.C. number 9. Damn, why didn't they give me Cornell Law University? That's normally a good one. Is it even in here? Okay, well, let's do Cornell Law. I don't know why it didn't come on the first time. Okay, so 18 U.S.C. number 9, vessel of the United States. It says the term vessel of the United States as used in this title means a vessel belonging in whole or in part to the United States, or any citizen thereof, or any corporation created by or under the laws of the United States. Now, if we click the United States, let's see if it's going to give us a definition. Now, it says the term United States as used in title in a territorial sense. Territorial sense includes all places and water, continental or insular, subject to the jurisdiction of the United States, except canal zones. Right? Now, let me just open up another page. I'm so tired of doing this stupid shit. 28 U.S.C. 3002, subsection 15A. Right? Let's see what the fuck they got to say. You got all these fucking monkeys in here. All right. 28 U.S.C. 3002, subsection 15A. What does that tell you? The United States means a federal corporation. Unless they specifically imply the country. And one of the ways that they, when they're talking about the country, they'll say the 50 states of the Union. Or they'll say something like the constitutional republic. Then that's when you know they're talking about the land. If all they say is just United States by itself, it is safe for you to presume that they're talking about the federal corporation. And it says B, an agency, department, commission, board, or other entity of the United States. Okay? So when you go back to here, to 18 U.S.C. number 9, where it talks about the vessel of the United States being defined, they say the term vessel of the United States as used in this title means a vessel belonging in whole or in part to the United States, or any citizen thereof, or any corporation created by or under the laws of the United States, or any state, territory, district, or possession thereof. Okay? So what they're saying is that you are a vessel. If you are claiming to be a United States citizen, you're a vessel. They're telling you this. Now, just for kicks and giggles, let's click on vessel of the United States, see what that says. It says the term vessel of the United States as used in this title means a vessel belonging in whole or in part to the United States, or any citizen thereof or corporation created by or under the laws of the United States, or any state, territory, district, or possession thereof. They're all the same. The whole thing about any state, territory, or district is synonymous, man. It's synonymous. It's synonymous with territory. What is that? The United States is going to be Washington, D.C., Guam, Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, and American Samoa. I keep talking about this shit. Now, this is just, I'm basically just doing this, you know what I'm saying, to cover my ass from the first video that I made, so people understand that I don't just sit around and be talking about this stupid shit and don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Now, let's go to another one. These motherfuckers get on my nerve, boy, I swear. 18 U.S.C. number 31. Definitions. Let's scroll down to a motor vehicle. It says the term motor vehicle means every description of a carriage or other conveyance propelled or drawn by mechanical power and used for commercial purposes. So when you all heard me in the past, and you can go back and watch some of my videos that I didn't put on YouTube, giving step-by-step instructions as to how I deal with policy officers when they run up on me, and how I deal with these fake-ass courts when I do decide to go. Because keep in mind, I don't go to court. I send information to the clerk. I send the clerk tax papers, and I let them know who I am, who I'm not, and I'm not. All right? And I let them know I'm not going to be attending court. And I send it directly to the clerk. And I also tell that clerk this paperwork is not to be entered into the case. This paperwork is specifically for you. So when you go back and you watch some of those videos and you hear me tell you when the police pull me over and they say, well, you operating a motor vehicle, you need a license. The first thing come out of my motherfucking mouth is I ain't operating no motor vehicle. And this is why. 18 USC number 31, section 6. Subsection 6, the term motor vehicle means every description of a carriage or other contrivance propelled or drawn by mechanical power and used for commercial purposes on highways and the transportation of passengers and property or cargo. Right? Now, if I'm not mistaken, oh, look at section 9. Look at this. It says state. The term state means state of the United States, the District of Columbia, and any Commonwealth territory or possession of the United States. Number 10, used for commercial purposes. The term used for commercial purposes means carriage of persons or property for any fare, fee, rate, charge, or other consideration, or directly or indirectly in connection with any business or other undertaking intended for profit. This is the reason for why when you go to Black Law's Dictionary and you look up the definition of a driver, it tells you a driver is someone who is employed to operate the carriage or buggy or motorized vehicle that they're operating. It says they're employed. This is the reason, man, for why, like I told y'all before, I don't be getting on these videos going back and forth with these damn monkeys in the comments and y'all see me making videos specifically shouting out people who left comments and showing y'all the comments and all that in the video. This is why I don't do that shit. I let a motherfucker talk until their ass is blue in the face. You say whatever the fuck you want to say. You might get one, maybe two responses out of me. And after that, that's it. I have nothing else for you. Just like how I tell a lot of people in videos and YouTube shorts that I go on, one of the first things I tell them is go learn something. You got all this knowledge at your fingertips, and you don't know that the term used for commercial purposes means the carriage or carriage of a person or property for any fare, fee, rate, which is all synonymous. Fare, fee, and rate is the same. It means you're getting paid. Charge or other consideration, or directly or indirectly in connection with any business or other undertaking intended for profit. This is the reason for why, if you're doing Uber, you might want to comply. You might want to, you know what I'm saying, be on your P's and Q's. Why? Because you're using that motorized, at that point it becomes a motorized vehicle. And what you're doing is you're using it for commercial purposes. Like, I don't know what the fuck be wrong with people, man. I really and truly don't know what the fuck be wrong with people. Okay? Now, let me pull out another good one. You know what I'm saying? I show receipts. This is one of the reasons why, like I said, my channel won't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? This is the reason why they try to get Jen Red with a big problem. And all this nigga be doing is reading books and shit. It's like, how the fuck you gonna trip on a nigga that's reading books? Like, get the fuck out of here, man. And I'm not saying that shit because I know him. I'm saying it because I would say that about any fucking body. You fucking tripping on this man because he reading books and hitting him up with talking about copyright strikes and all this other goofy shit. Now, let me find another one. Let me see. Because I got so many of them. Like, I'm looking at a list of United States Code. Who in the hell is this texting me? I got a list of United States codes, like a ton of these motherfuckers, and they not in no specific order, and they not about one specific topic. Like 42 USC 408, it talks about you can't ask for a social security number for a loan. All right, so let's go to that one. Even the Social Security Administration tell you ain't got to give out the motherfucking number. All right, let's go to 42 USC 408. Okay. It says, for the purpose of causing an increase in any payment authorized to be made under this sub-chapter, or for any purpose of causing any payment to be made where no payment is authorized under this sub-chapter, shall make or cause to be made any false statement or representation, including any false statement or representation in connection with a matter arising from subchapter E of Chapter 1 or subchapter A or E of subchapter 9. It says, whether wages were paid or received for employment, as said terms are defined in the subchapter and the Internal Revenue Code, the amount of wages or the period during which paid or the person to whom paid, whether or not earnings from self-employment as such term is defined in subchapter and in the Internal Revenue Code were derived, or as to an amount of such net earnings or the period during which or the person by whom derived or. Damn, that was a damn tongue twister. It's whether a person is entitled to benefits under this subchapter had earnings in or for particular periods as determined under Section 403F of the title for this purpose of deductions for benefits or as to the amount thereof, makes or causes to be made any false statement representing a material fact in any application for a payment or for disability determining under this subchapter, or at any time makes a cause to be made any false statement and any representation of material fact for using and determining rights to payments under subchapter, or having knowledge of the occurrence or any event affecting his initial continued right to any payment under the subchapter, or the initial continued right to any payment or any other individual who behalf he has applied for is receiving such payment, cancels or fails to disclose such event with intent to fraudulently secure payment either in greater amount than is due or with no payment is authorized. Having made application receiving payment under this subchapter for this use and benefit of another having received such payment, knowingly and willfully conferred such a payment or a part thereof to use other than for the use and benefit of such other person, or willfully, knowingly, and with intent to deceive the commissioner of the Social Security is to his true identity and the true identity of other persons furnished can causes to be furnished false information to the commissioner of Social Security with respect to any information required by the Commissioner of Social Security in connection with establishment and maintenance of records provided in Section 405C. For the purpose of causing an increase in payment authorized under subchapter or any payment financed in whole or in part from federal funds, or for the purpose of causing a payment under the subchapter for any such other program to be made with no payment is authorized thereunder, or for the purpose of obtaining for himself or another person any payment or any other benefit to which he or such person is not entitled to for the purpose of obtaining anything of value and any person for any other purpose, willfully, knowingly, with intent to deceive the uses of Social Security numbers assigned by the Commissioner of the Social Security and exercised with the Commissioner authority under Section 405C2 of the title to establish and maintain records on the basis of false information furnished to the Commissioner of Social Security by him or by any other person, with intent to deceive, falsely represent a number to the Social Security account assigned to the Commissioner of the Social Security to him or another person when in fact such number is not the Social Security number account number, the Social Security account number assigned by the commissioner of the Social Security to him or to such other persons. Knowing alters a Social Security card issued by the commissioner, or Social Security buys or sells a card that is a purports to be a card issued, counterfeits a Social Security card, or possesses a Social Security card or counterfeit Social Security number with intent to sell or alter, discloses, uses, or compel the disclosure of Social Security number of any person in violation of laws of the United States. Discloses, uses, or compels the disclosure of the Social Security number, right? Notice that key word that says compel. A lot of these motherfucking banks don't want to give you a bank account without a motherfucking Social Security number. A lot of these other entities don't want to have nothing to do with you without a Social Security number. This is one of the reasons for why they had to redo certain things when it come down to you filling out job applications. Because at one time you couldn't get a fucking job without releasing your Social Security number. And as you can see right here, it clearly tells you that that shit is unlawful. It's a violation of the law of the United States or conspires to commit any offense described in any other paragraphs 1 through 4 shall be guilty of a felony. Upon conviction thereof shall be fined under Title 18 or in prison for not more than 5 years or both, except in the case of a person who receives a fee or other income for services performed in connection with any determination with respect to benefits under the subchapter, including a claimant, representative, translator, or current or former employee of the Social Security Administration, or who is a physically or other healthcare provider who submits or causes the submission of medical or other evidence in connection with such determination. Such person shall be guilty of a felony and upon conviction thereof shall be fined under Title 18 or in prison for not more than 10 years or both. Now, when you get down here to B, it's talking about restitution. And I don't think I should have to go into that. Y'all should know what restitution means. Okay? So, again, like how I said, I show receipts, man. This is the reason why my channel won't go nowhere. Instead of going through all that bullshit that a lot of motherfuckers be doing on here, I would rather just show people and let people make up their own decision. Now, let's get to another one. Let's see. Let's see. Let's do this one. Let's do this one, y'all, because y'all know I'm into that discharging the debt and all that other shit too. So let's bounce around. Let's do this. 15 USC 1605 Section A. 1605 Section A. Right. Now, look at this. Finance charge defined. Except as otherwise provided in this section, the amount of finance charges in connection with any consumer credit transaction shall be determined as the sum of all charges payable directly or indirectly by the person to whom the credit is extended and opposed directly or indirectly by the creditor as an incident to the extension of the credit. The finance charge does not include charges of type payable in comparable cash transaction. The finance charge shall not include fees, amounts imposed by third-party closing agents, including settlements, agents, attorneys, and escrows, and companies, and title companies. If the creditor does not require the imposition of the charges of the service provided and does not retain the charges, examples of charges which are included in the finance charge include any of the following types of charges which is applicable. Okay, so what you just read right there in Section A, they actually covered a couple of birds in one stone. There's no such thing as finance charges outside of it being the sum of the total. Where does it say? It's a, hold on, let me go back. It's a connection with any consumer credit transaction shall be determined as the sum of all charges. Okay, there's not supposed to be any other outside charges, right? Everything is supposed to be included. Just like there's no such thing as a down payment. There's no such thing, according to 15 USC 1692 Section F as in Frank, there's no such thing as a repo or a foreclosure. Okay? Now, let me see. I'm gonna do one more for y'all because I don't want to be on here too long. Let me get one more, and I'm gonna let y'all go. I say I'm gonna let y'all go. Let's do 18 U.S.C. 3571. Okay, the administrating authority shall provide information to the public upon request, and to the extent feasible, assist and advise the interest parties concerned. It say remedies and benefits available under relevant provisions of subsidies and agreement, and the procedures relating to such remedies and benefits. Prohibited subsidies. Notification of a trade representative. If the administrating authority determines pursuant to Title VII of the Tariff Act of 1930 that a class or kind of merchandise is benefiting from a subsidy which is prohibited under Article 3 of the Subsidies Agreement, and administering authority shall notify the trade representative and shall provide the trade representative with the information upon which the administrating authority based its determination. It goes on to say, request by interested party regarding prohibited subsidies. A interested party may request that the administering authority determine if there is a reason to believe that the merchandise produced in the WTO member country is benefiting from a subsidy which is prohibited under Article 3 of the Subsidies Agreement. The request shall... You know what? This is not what I want to read. Hold on. 1 second. Hold on, let me go down. Division. Initiation of investigation. Non-actionable subsidies. God dog it, where's that section at? Because it's not all of what I wanted to read. Actions by trade representative. Hold on. Damn, this is a big ass passage. Hold on, y'all. Consultation, determination, subsidy. God damn it. This is the one I should have. Damn, this is the one I should have looked into before I actually did this one. Because it talks about slavery and forced compliance to contracts not held. Uh-oh. Doggone it, y'all. Damn. Termination of proprietary information. Ooh. Okay, you know what? I think I screwed this one up. Hold on. Let me go to the next one. Subsidies agreement. Damn. I'm going to have to come back to this one. This one wasn't a good example because I forgot what section that this is actually under. Let's do one more though. Let's do this one. This is something that the Aboriginal community talks about a lot, but they don't beat it into the ground like they supposed to. Wait a minute, did I put that in there? Hold on, we might be on the wrong damn thing. 18 U.S.C. 3571. That's probably why I couldn't find it. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, so here it is. My bad. I put in 19 U.S.C. 3571. It's actually 18 U.S.C. My bad. It say, in general, a defendant who has been found guilty of an offense may be sentenced to pay a fine. Fines for individuals except as provided in Section E of this section. An individual who has been found guilty of an offense may be fined not more than the greatest of the amount specified in the law setting forth the offense. The applicable amount under section of this under subsection D of this section. For a felony, not more than $250,000. For a misdemeanor resulted in death, not more than $250,000. For a Class A misdemeanor that does not result in death, not more than $100,000. It's say for a Class B or Class C misdemeanor that does not result in death, not more than $5,000, or for an infraction not more than $5,000. Fines for organizations, except provided in subsection E of this section. Any organization that has been found guilty of an offense may be fined not more than the greatest of the amount specified in the law setting forth the offense. The applicable amount under Section D for this section. For a felony, not more than $500,000. For a misdemeanor resulted in death, not more than $500,000. For a Class A misdemeanor that does not result in death, not more than $200,000. For a Class B or C misdemeanor that does not result in death, not more than $10,000, and for an infraction, not more than $10,000. An alternative fine based on gain loss. If any person derive pecuniary gain from the offense, or if the offense results in pecuniary loss to a person other than the defendant may be fined not more than the greater of twice the gross gain or twice the gross loss, unless imposed of a fine under the subsection would unduly complicate or prolong the sentencing process. Special rules for lower fines specified in substantial provision. If a law is set forth an offense specifies no fine or no fine that is lower than the fine otherwise applicable under this section, and such law by specific reference exempts the offense from the applicability of the fine otherwise applicable under this section, the defendant may not be fined more than the amount specified in the law set forth in his offense. So now what a person needs to understand based off of this whole thing is based off fines. Because the first one, Section A right here, well, Section B rather, B1 through B7 talks about just ordinary people. Fines for individuals, as you can see. But when you get down to Section C, it say fines for organizations. So what a lot of people need to come to the conclusion of is that these people try to force you into contracts, okay? They commit treason. And these fines can be used to enslave you. It's just that simple. Now, I'm going to do the treason one, and then I'm going to get up out of here because, like I said, I didn't mean to really make it this long, but I had to clear some of this up for these people because, I mean, not treason, genocide. I have to clear some of this up for people, man, because, like, people don't take the time to learn this stuff on their own. USC. And this is what I was talking about the other day when I dropped a joint about 26 CFR 601.602. And I kept saying to people, learn this stuff yourself because ain't nobody going to really teach you, man. And if you think about it, you can go on YouTube right now and you see how people act. Okay, so basic offense. Whoever, whether in time of peace or in time of war, with their specific intent to destroy in whole or in a substantial part a nation, ethnic, racial, or religious group as such, kills members of that group, causes serious bodily injury to members of the group, causes the permanent impairment of the mental facilities of members of the group through drugs, torture, or similar techniques, subjects the group to conditions of life that are intended to cause the physical destruction of the group in whole or part, imposes measures intended to prevent the births within the group, transferred by force children of the group to another group, shall be punished and provided in subsection B. Punishment for basic offenses. The punishment for an offense under Section A is, in case of an offense under Section A1, where death results by death or imprisonment for life, and fine not more than $1 million or both, and a fine not more than $1 million or imprisonment for not more than 20 years or both in any cases. Incitement cases. Whoever directly and publicly incites another to violate subsection A shall be fined not more than $500,000 or in prison not more than 5 years or both. Attempt and conspiracy. Any person who attempts or conspires to commit an offense under the section shall be punished in the same manner as a person who completes the offense. Now, I'm going to just stop right there because we know that the vast majority of law enforcement agencies, let alone with a lot of these governmental entities, they practicing genocide every day. Whether if it's the physical genocide, meaning physical harm or death, or whether if it's paper genocide, or whether if it's financial genocide, they violating one of them, if not all of them. So people need to understand, man, that this shit that we dealing with is real. It's real. And like how I was saying in the video that I made earlier, I cannot confirm or deny whether or not if the FBI is somebody that came up with the whole thing about sovereign citizen and all this other shit. I can't confirm or deny it, right? But what I can tell you is that the FBI, right along with a lot of these other entities, they got their hands in some real funky shit. That's the bottom line to this. I hope this has been very entertaining. I hope it's also been very educational. All right? Look into this shit for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Look into this for yourself. Like, there's so much that is going on that people refuse to pay attention to. And then you'll have these fucking monkeys that'll come up in my damn comment section talking some crazy shit that don't nobody know what the fuck they talking about. Obligations can be discharged without legal tender. Let's see what that say. Wow, 31 USC. This is going to be my last one. I hate being like this, but once I get started with this shit, it's hard for me to stop. 5118. Is that what that was? Yep. Gold clause and consent to sue. Gold clause means a provision in or related to an obligation alleging to give the obligee a right to require payment. A, gold. B, a particular United States coin or currency. Or C, United States money measured in gold or a particular United States coin or currency. The public debt obligation means a domestic obligation issued or granted by the United States government to repay money or interest. The United States government may not pay out any gold coin. A person lawfully holding United States coins and currency may present the coins and currency to the Secretary of Treasury for exchange, dollar for dollar. For the other United States coins and currency other than gold and silver that may be lawfully held, the Secretary shall make the exchange under regulations prescribed by the Secretary. The government withdraws its consent given to anyone to assert against the government, its agencies, or its officers, employees, agents, a claim. A, on gold clause public debt obligations or interests of the obligation. For the United States coins or currency or arise out of the surrender, requisition, seizure, or acquisition of the United States coin, currency, gold, or silver involving the effect or validity of a change in the metallic content of the dollar or in regulation about the value of money. Paragraph 1 of this subsection does not apply to the proceeding in which no claim is made for payment or credit is in amount greater than the face or nominal value in dollars of public debt obligation, the United States coins or currency involved in a proceeding. Except when consent not withdrawn under the subsection, any amount appropriated for payment or public debt obligations and for United States coins and currency may be expended only dollar for dollar. In this subsection, obligation means any obligation except United States currency payable in United States money. An obligation issued containing gold clause or governed by gold clause is just discharged on payment dollar for dollar in the United States gold and the United States coin or currency that is legal tender at the time of payment. This paragraph does not apply to obligations issued after October 27, 1977. So, hopefully you guys got the gist of this. It would take me a YouTube video, hours, 2, 3, 4 hours for me to break down extensively what a lot of this stuff means. But what you all do need to understand is it's time for you all to do y'all own research. It's time for you guys to stand up for what you know is clear in black and white. Okay? All that shit about being a sovereign citizen and all this other shit about, you know, you being a domestic terrorist and all this other stuff. My thing is this. I cannot confirm or deny, or at least I should say I can confirm that a sovereign citizen ain't a domestic terrorist, but he is a dumbass. All right? I will give them credit for that. They are stupid. There's no way you can be a sovereign and a citizen at the same fucking time. It's impossible. All right? Now, this is Original Lone Wolf, man. I hope you guys have learned some things tonight. But as y'all can see, with all of the stuff that I just threw out in this one little video, this is the shit I be on. I don't have time for nothing else. All right? Now, one more. I'm going to do one more because this is about the driver's license. Hold on. Let me do this last one and I'm going to let y'all go. Okay, so 49 USC. What am I looking for? Damn, y'all, I just had it. 31301. Hold on. Why do they take Cornell Law University away? I like that one. It's so simpler. Oh, that is it. Dummy, it was the first one. My fault. It's in this chapter, alcohol has the same meaning given to the term alcoholic beverage in section 158C of the Title 23. Commerce means trade, traffic, and transportation. Did y'all hear that? Commerce means trade, traffic, and transportation. It's about money. A, in the jurisdiction of the United States between a place in a state and a place outside the state, including a place outside the United States, or in the United States that affects trade, traffic, and transportation described in sub-clause A of this clause. Commercial driver's license means a license issued by a state to an individual authorizing the individual to operate a class of commercial vehicles. Commercial motor vehicles means a motor vehicle used in commerce to transport passengers or property that has a gross weight rating or gross weight of at least 26,000 pounds, whichever is greater. Wait, hold on, let me say this again. Has a gross vehicle weight rating or gross vehicle weight of at least 26,000 pounds, whichever is greater, or a lesser gross vehicle weight rating of a gross vehicle weight the Secretary of Transportation is prescribed by regulation, but not less than a gross vehicle rate of 10,000. It is designed to transport at least 16 passengers, including the driver. It is used to transport material found by the Secretary to be hazardous under Section 5103 of this title, except a vehicle shall not be included as a commercial motor vehicle, if the subclause, under this subclause, if the vehicle does not satisfy the weight. I'm going to say it again. Is used to transport material found by the Secretary to be hazardous under Section 5103 of this title, except that a vehicle shall not be included as a commercial motor vehicle under the subclause if the vehicle does not satisfy the weight required under subclause A of this clause. We just read it. It was a weight of at least 10,000 pounds, but not more than 26,000. And that's what my Class C driver's license, Class C as in Charlie. That's what my license was rated for. The one that I told y'all I let expire, it was a Class C license. It was not a regular driver's license. I had the capability of driving vehicles that some of y'all could not drive. They could throw you in jail for driving that shit. All right. Same thing with people who got full-blown CDLs. It's the same thing. They can drive certain vehicles that cops will lock you the fuck up for if you didn't have that license. Okay. It's the vehicle transporting material listed as hazardous under Section 306A of the Comprehensive Environmental Response, Compensation, and Liability Act of 1980. Okay. Now, I think I done covered this shit, man. While they over here talking about people are anti-taxpayers, they anti-motherfucking driver's license, they anti-DMV, and all this other bullshit. And it's like, what are you talking about? What are y'all talking about? A commercial driver's license means a license issued by a state to an individual authorizing individuals to operate a class of commercial vehicles. Right? Now, some of y'all may argue why a regular driver's license is not a commercial license. Yes, it is. That's the reason for why when they pull you over, they talk this shit about you a driver and they talking this shit about you operating a motor vehicle. It does fall under a commercial license. It does. This is the reason for why if your regular driver's license did not fall under a commercial driver's license, then why do the police, or excuse me, the policy officer pull you over and start speaking in commercial terms? Because he is under the impression that in order for you to operate your automobile, which they call a motor vehicle, you have to have a license. You got to remember, in the law dictionary, the definition of a license is permission, usually by competent authority, to do something that will otherwise be unlawful. This is the reason for why you have a person like me say, I'm not driving, I'm traveling. This is the reason for why I'm pissed off. Now, here it is. I'm pissed off, and I ain't never been on an airplane. I ain't never been on an airplane in my fucking life. And here it is. I'm pissed off because in 2025, if you motherfuckers don't go out and get that real ID, they saying you can't even get on a plane, not even to fly nationally. Fuck internationally. You can't go from motherfucking California to Arizona on a plane without a license. That is them literally restricting your right to travel. But anyway, this is the original Lone Wolf, man. I hope y'all got something out this shit. Peace.